Hey there, how's it going, guys? Happy 2023. Coming to you video form for this week's newsletter. After a lot of consideration, I've been trying to figure out, how do we reach more people with the weekly newsletter? And making a video seems to be the way to do that. So the newsletter will still come out every single week, but then I'll just attach a link to YouTube, and you guys can go check it out. Sometimes it's easier to watch or listen to that than it is to read, especially when I get a little long-winded on some of those topics. But I'll be brief today. Coming from my temporary office, my office flooded in my basement last week with the hard freeze, so a little excitement going on here. But anyway, so I will get a better backdrop as soon as we get things fixed up. Just a couple things in the business that's going on. We had our first closing this week, so that was awesome. Super cute little townhouse in the metro here, just north of Roseville. So first time home buyer. We had a really good experience, so congratulations to her on that. Working through some inspections. It always seems to be the case now. So we're working on that for a different deal, and then I've got a final walkthrough tomorrow. So despite being the first week of January and coming off the holidays, we're certainly busy already. But yeah, so I think just to really get to the nuts and bolts of the newsletter this week, I'm not going to bore you guys with a ton of data or anything like that for a couple reasons. One, I want to keep this video short, and two, we actually don't have that much information available quite yet. So a lot of the December and Q4 numbers are still being kind of analyzed. But anyway, really what I want to do right now is just be the voice of reason as we move into the new year. I, for one, am so grateful and happy that we've moved past the last really 18 months, almost 2 years of this kind of madness in the market where, literally we were seeing 20 to 30 offers on properties. I don't think that will be the case as we move forward. There's still a big demand out there for housing and a relative shortage. So for certain properties, whether it's a price point, school district, location, style, whatever it may be, there will still always be hot properties, of course. But I think if we look across the board, we just really won't be seeing those, again, certainly not the 20, 30 offers on a property. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy for my buyers about that. And honestly for the sellers as well, because I'll tell you, it could be overwhelming, and it was overwhelming for a lot of people because it's, it seems like a mad dash to get out of your house then. We're moving into a little bit more balanced market now. And really what that means is that there's really not quite as much competition with other buyers if you're purchasing the home. And then as the seller, you don't have 95 groups going through your house in the first weekend. And I mean, the last 18 months, I pretty much told every client that I sold their home for, I said, get a hotel for the first weekend because we'll be booked back to back all weekend. So again, we're moving away from that. So I'm, for one, really excited about it. We have rates going up a little bit, and that's okay because you know what? Prices have actually dropped a little bit. So we're seeing a market correction. I think we'll land between maybe, 5 on the high end, 10% lower. If you're looking kind of apples to apples from, let's say, summer 2022 to spring 23, maybe a 5%, in some unique cases higher than that. But really that just breaks down to what are people's budgets, because as the interest rate goes up, the price comes down, because at the end of the day, when we have a mortgage, the vast majority of us set that budget on our monthly payment. And so if we look at the price adjustment to interest increase, basically breaks down to the same monthly payment. So that pretty much wraps it up for today. Like I said, we're going to do this every week. So you'll get the newsletter in your inbox still, but you can follow the YouTube channel, and I'll try to post this on my Facebook. You guys know I don't like to do that all the time, but I'll try to be better about getting it out there so these videos are easy to find. So as always, thanks for reading, thanks for supporting the business, and we'll catch you next week.